You know, what if the greatest mystery in the entire universe isn't way out there in the cosmos, but it's actually right behind your own eyes? That's what we're diving into today, the deepest question in all of science and philosophy. What exactly is consciousness? So let's just start with this question right here for you. I'm not asking how you live your life, but why do you experience it at all? Why isn't everything just dark? Why is there an inner you that's actually aware of being alive? And that really gets to the heart of it all. See, this isn't about brain function, which, we can measure with machines. This is about your subjective experience, the actual feeling of being you. And that right there is the one thing that science really struggles to explain. Just think about that for a second. We can map out galaxies that are billions of light years away. We can describe the mind-bending physics of a black hole. But we have no equation, no theory for the simple feeling of seeing the color red, or the taste of chocolate, or what it feels like to hear a loved one's voice. Your inner world, that's the real final frontier. This mystery is so profound, so fundamental, it actually has its own name. So let's define the central challenge it presents to, our entire understanding of reality. So your brain has something like 86 billion neurons. That's an electrical storm of unbelievable complexity firing away every single second. We know that, but here's the crazy part. Knowing that number, knowing about all that activity, doesn't get us a single inch closer to answering why it produces an inner world. It's kind of like knowing every single part inside a TV, but having absolutely no idea how it creates a picture. And this right here just shows you the massive gap. On one side, you've got what some call the easy problems. Now, they're not actually easy, but they're things science can tackle, like how the brain processes data or focuses attention. But then on the other side, there's the one single hard problem. Why does any of that physical stuff feel like anything from the inside? Okay, so this is the crucial point. The term was coined by a philosopher named David Chalmers, and it defines that exact gap, the one between the objective, physical things happening in your brain and the subjective, personal experience of feeling and awareness. It's the leap from pure mechanism to actual meaning. Think about it. Your brain is constantly building your reality. It takes in light and tells you a story about color. It takes in vibrations and tells you a story about sound. But that brings up a really strange question, doesn't it? If your brain is the storyteller, then who exactly is the audience? Well, to try and answer that question, some of the greatest thinkers have developed some pretty wild theories. Let's take a look at a kind of map of the 4 major attempts to explain where our inner world really comes from. All right, so here's the quick tour. First, there's dualism, which says your mind is something totally separate from your physical body. Then you've got materialism, which is the standard scientific view, saying your mind is just your brain activity, nothing more. Idealism completely flips that on its head, saying the universe is fundamentally mental and consciousness actually creates matter. And finally, there's panpsychism, which is getting really popular again, and it suggests that a tiny bit of consciousness is in everything, and our brains just act like an amplifier. Okay, so now let's just zoom all the way out. We've been looking inside the human skull, but what if we're looking in the wrong place? What if the answer isn't just in our heads? What if we have to look at the entire cosmos? Some of these modern theories are truly mind-bending. I mean, what if consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, just like space-time or gravity? Or maybe it's something that just emerges from complexity, kind of like a hurricane forming out of simple weather patterns. Maybe the universe isn't just a place where consciousness happens, but maybe it's becoming conscious itself through us. The famous physicist John Wheeler put it this way. The idea, basically, is that the observer, that's you, and the thing being observed aren't really separate. That by the simple act of you looking at the universe, you might be playing a role in creating its reality. Suddenly, that hard line between you and everything else, it starts to get a little blurry. So after that huge cosmic journey, let's bring it all the way back home, right back to you. Because here's the thing, no matter which theory turns out to be right, one fact remains, and that's the absolutely staggering unlikelihood of your own personal awareness. The universe has been around for 13.8 billion years. Just try to imagine that. A vast, silent, and mostly empty stretch of time and space. And at the very, very end of that immense timeline, after all that cosmic evolution, you showed up. I mean, your existence is the result of a totally incredible, unbroken chain. It has to stretch all the way from the Big Bang to the formation of stars to the very first spark of life, and then through every single one of your ancestors who survived just long enough to pass the torch. Every link in that chain had to hold perfectly for you to be here listening to this right now. I love this way of thinking about it. For billions and billions of years, the universe was just expanding, with no one to see it. But in you, in your awareness, the universe has found a way to look back at itself. You are a little piece of the cosmos that has woken up. And really, this all leads to one pretty profound takeaway. In a universe that is constantly moving towards disorder and decay, the simple fact of your subjective experience, your private inner world, it's the most complex and maybe the most beautiful thing we've ever found. And that's really the ultimate question we're left with, isn't it? After all the science, all the philosophy, what do you think? Is your inner world just some lucky random byproduct of brain chemistry? Or is it the very thing the universe has been working towards for 13.8 billion years? The answer is still out there, just waiting for us to discover it.